seats are vacant. There is no difference between VIP or non-VIP. All of you come and sit here. So he was trained by Boston Group, and I was overwhelmed to share that Dr. Namburmal Swami is one of the first fellow to share in the morning about our chief, and his sister had gone to, his wife has gone to pay her respects to our chief. He was an all-rounder, as you know, not only founding this organization, but he was a mentor, and he has mentored more than 1,000 people, and all vitreoretinal surgeons in the country, I think, will look after or after him. And our great Lingam Gopal is here. I think find few of the senior consultants who have been trained by Dr. Badrinath. He was also a team builder and also created this institution with not only patient care, he taught us how to be a human being to the staff. He looked after us so well. He didn't differentiate between religion, caste of his employees. And I would have had at least more than 100 calls asking for help with the police department to help the staff and their relatives. So he was very concerned with all of us, 1,600 of us. And he was a passionate reader, and he was my roommate in Coimbatore. I think we can go for, I think, nostalgia. We can go on. The best way to pay tribute to the departed soul is to continue the legacy and take this institution to greater heights. I know that so many centers have been founded by him, and our Agastya project is online, and we look forward to this project, and we should function unitedly to take it forwards. With these few words on behalf of the Sankara Nethralaya family, our deep condolences to the family of Asanti Badrinath and Seshap Prasad and Anant Badrinath and Seshu's spouse. I'd like to read, we had messages from Prime Minister, and also, because it is in Tamil, I'll read the message from the Chief Minister. Very much wanted to come. சங்கர நேத்ராலயா மருத்துவமனை நிறுவனர் புகழ்பெற்ற கண் மருத்துவர் SS பத்ரிநாத் அவர்களின் மறைவையொட்டி மாண்புமிகு தமிழ்நாடு முதலமைச்சர் மு.க. ஸ்டாலின் அவர்கள் இரங்கல் செய்தி. சங்கர நேத்ராலயா மருத்துவமனை நிறுவனரும் புகழ்பெற்ற கண் மருத்துவருமான டாக்டர் SS பத்ரிநாத் அவர்கள் மறைந்தார் என்று அறிந்து வேதனை அடைந்தேன். அமெரிக்காவில் உயர் படிப்பினை முடித்து இந்தியாவில் குறைந்த செலவில் சிகிச்சை அளிக்க வேண்டும் என்ற சேவை நோக்குடன் திரு பத்ரிநாத் அவர்கள் தொடங்கிய சங்கர நேத்ராலயா மருத்துவமனை பல்கி பெருகி இன்று நாள்தோறும் பல்லாயிரக்கணக்கான மக்களுக்கு சிகிச்சை அளித்து வருகிறது. இத்தகைய சேவைக்காக இந்திய அரசால் வழங்கப்படும் பத்ம பூஷன் விருதினையும் மருத்துவர் பத்ரிநாத் அவர்கள் பெற்றிருந்தார் என்பது குறிப்பிடத்தக்கது. சங்கர நேத்ராலயா மூலம் பத்ரிநாத் அவர்கள் ஆற்றி வரும் பணிகளை பற்றி அறிந்த புகழ்பெற்ற வழக்கறிஞர் நானி பல்கிவாலா அவர்கள் பெரும் நிதியுதவியை இந்த மருத்துவமனைக்கு அளித்ததுடன் பின்னர் தனது சொத்துக்கள் அனைத்தும் சங்கர நேத்ராலயத்துக்கு எழுதி வைத்தார் என்பதன் மூலம் இத்துறையில் பத்ரிநாத் அவர்கள் பெற்றிருந்த முக்கியத்துவத்தை அறியலாம். எண்ணற்ற மக்களுக்கு கண்ணொளி பாய்ச்சிய பத்ரிநாத் அவர்களது மறைவு மருத்துவ துறைக்கே பேரிழப்பு. திரு பத்ரிநாத் அவர்கள் இழந்து வாடும் அவரது குடும்பத்தினருக்கும் மருத்துவத்துறை நண்பர்களுக்கும் எனது ஆழ்ந்த இரங்கலையும் ஆறுதலையும் தெரிவித்துக் கொள்கிறேன். And also I think there was a message from our Prime Minister, which will be, can you show that the Twitter message? Okay, Dr. Girish Rao will read it out. And I'd like to just convey that we may plan for a condolence meeting for the public, and we will have to dedicate, I think we may dedicate the present campus and name it as Sankara Nethralaya Badrinath campus after getting approval from the board. I think I would request some senior consultants and few of the employees to speak about Dr. Badrinath. Om Shanti.
Dear friends, Chief lost both his parents while still in his teens, but he overcame his hardships with a lot of perseverance and determination. He did his graduation from MMC in '63 and then moved on to the US to train under Dr. Charles Keepens, who is considered the father of modern day vitreoretinal surgery. He did his fellowship in the Royal College of Surgeons Canada and the American Board of Ophthalmology. But in '70, he came back to India, keeping up the promise that he had made to Charles Keepens to serve the Indian community. In '74, he had the good fortune of operating upon Mahaperiva Sri Chandrasekhar Saraswati Swamigal. And in the following year, Sri Jayendra Saraswati Swamigal persuaded him to start a hospital in Chennai. The rest, as they say, is history. Chief was a legend and a leader who left behind a legacy of service and excellence. He was an inspiration and a guide who showed us the way to serve humanity with compassion and determination. He was a friend and a benefactor who enriched our lives with his wisdom and grace. He was a father and a teacher who nurtured and supported us with his love and care. I mean, you have already seen the tweet from the Honorable Prime Minister Sri Narendra Modi ji, but he touched lives across the spectrum of the society. And here are some of the tweets from some of his alumni, and I'll read a couple of them. Without Chief, optometry in India would not have bloomed. This profession owes a lot to him. From a living legend, he has become an immortal legend, leaving behind his brilliance through his philanthropic work and philosophy of Sankara Nethralaya, a temple of the eye. The other message, we feel blessed to have known and worked under him. He has profoundly impacted our lives, and his teachings will endure forever through his tribe worldwide, touching millions of lives. This is from Dr. Prashant of LVP. We are deeply saddened to learn about the passing away of Dr. Badrinath. We mourn the loss of a visionary leader and the architect of modern ophthalmology. His passing has left a significant void in our specialty. Closer home from our own staff, he believed in the strength of his employees and encouraged everyone to pursue their dreams and to excel, and in turn bring greater glory to the hospital. We also have a message from the Kanchi Madam. Sri Dr. S.S. Badrinath's devotion and seva to their holiness Pujya Shankaracharya Swamigals is unparalleled. With abundant blessings of His Holiness, he served the society and nation through Vaidya Seva, for several decades. Prayers for his Sadgati. Thank you. His last instructions to us probably was to work even on the day that he passes away, so that the patients are not inconvenienced. And he had requested all of us to just wear a black ribbon as a mark of respect. That shows the amount of devotion that he had to his profession and the respect that he had to the patients and to their sufferings. And he wanted us to work even on this extremely difficult day for us to probably concentrate and give our best. But I salute all the staff who have continued with their work despite this great tragedy. So we salute Dr. Badrinath and pay our homage to him. We express our heartfelt condolences to Dr. Vasanti Badrinath, Anant and Seshu. We pray for his soul to rest in peace and for his vision to live on. We pledge to continue in his mission and to uphold his values. We thank him for all his blessings and for his memories. He will always be a part of us, and he will always be a part of this great institution, this campus, and in each one of us. I think we should take, as Dr. Surendran said, we should take a pledge to continue to work with the same determination, compassion, and dedication that he taught us all. Om Shanti.
I request Shri G. Ramchandran, Honorary Secretary, to say a few words, please.
Good evening to all. It's a very sad day, and after creating history, the chief has left us. And what he has created, probably we should all take a pledge and see that we continue on the same path, whatever he has laid, and continue to grow the organization and provide more service, which only probably will make him happy. And his blessings are always with us. We should also see that we don't deviate from the set procedures, about which he was very, very, careful. And in fact, I have seen in close quarters how he used to worry about or even use hard words to the consultants to request them to follow the procedures. I think his discipline, his devotion has built this organization to this level. And he often used to refer, which is also written in the book Insight, that as long as the stars and the sun and the moon are there, this organization will stay forever. Okay, so let us hope and continue and also stand by the family at this hard hour and provide all sorts of necessary support, and let us take the pledge that we will continue to run this organization on the same way. Om Shanti.
Request Dr. Lingam Gopal, Distinguished Senior Consultant.
Dear friends, I can talk to you as myself or as a student of Dr. Badrinath, as an employee of Nethralaya, or just as a citizen of India. But I would think my sentiments will be the same irrespective of which identity I assume, because he has really touched the lives of everybody, whether as an employee of Nethralaya or as a citizen of this country. I was one of the few fortunate people who has been directly influenced by him because of the 40-year-long association. I worked in various capacities, starting as a Victorian Fellow all the way up the ladder. And at each one of the stages and in each one of these roles, I felt the need for his guidance and for his teaching. And right until the last day, I feel that he has guided me at every stage of my life. No words can express the metamorphosis that happened in me because of the fact that I joined this great institution and worked under this great legendary person. I'm sure there are many others who share such similar stories, who have been influenced tremendously by him. If I say that a majority of ophthalmologists in this country practicing are either directly or indirectly disciples of Dr. Badrinath, it is no exaggeration. People like him are so rare that I believe that they are angels in human shape, who briefly spent some time on this earth to help mortals like us. We are forever grateful for the impact he had on ophthalmic practice in this subcontinent. Om Shanti.
I now request Dr. Prema Padmanabhan, Distinguished Senior Consultant, to say a few words, please.
Friends, this is a very personal loss for each one of us, and an irreparable one. I'm not even going to attempt to describe what he meant to us, and I'm not even going to attempt to articulate the emotions that surge within us. But I thank Girish for this opportunity to share with you a poem. The poet is unknown, but I'm sure it will resonate with your hearts. And I'm sure we'll all find that we can lay claim to the authorship of the sentiments, if not the words. A builder builded a temple. He wrought it with grace and skill. Pillars and groins and arches, all fashioned to work his will. Men said as they saw its beauty, it shall never know decay. Great is thy skill, O builder, thy fame shall endure for aye. A teacher builded a temple with loving and infinite care, planning each arch with patience, laying each stone with prayer. None praised his unceasing efforts, none knew of his wondrous plan, for the temple the teacher builded was unseen by the eyes of man. Gone is the builder's temple, crumbled into the dust. Low lies each stately pillar, food for consuming rust. But the temple the teacher builded will last while the ages roll, for that beautiful, unseen temple was his student's immortal soul. Friends, I think we should all feel privileged to have been his students. We all carry that spark that he lit. Let us carry it with pride, with gratitude, and above all, with a sense of responsibility. And that is what we owe him, and that is how we will keep him immortal. Om Shanti.
Request Dr. Ronnie George, Director Research and President BRF, to come onto the stage, please.
Good evening. This is a very difficult day for all of us. And while Chief is known for his clinical care and the sort of patient services that he set up in this country, he was also a visionary researcher in the sense that he recognized that India needs ophthalmic, India-centered research. And right at the very beginning, he identified people who could take this forward, whether it was Professor Madhavan, Professor Ramakrishnan, Dr. Kumar Manikovel, or whether it was technology, whether it was molecular biology, nanotechnology, or genetics. He made sure that we had the infrastructure and the people to take this forward. That was not where he stopped. He would constantly find out what you were doing, he would interact with you, and he would encourage you to do more. He would even find, the moment he heard that there was a prominent scientist visiting the city, he would bring them to SN. He would get them to speak to you. We have had stalwarts like Sienna Rao come and talk to us. In fact, one memorable month, we had 2 Nobel laureates speaking to us. he would constantly encourage you to do the best that you could to look at new avenues, to make new collaborations. There was also one more component to this that we realized firsthand. When I joined this organization, we were doing the Chennai glaucoma study where we used to bring patients from the villages, examine them here and send them back. When he designed the area where this research would happen, the maximum amount of time he spent was in designing the dining hall. Because he said, when they come here, they should be comfortable, you should give them food, you should take them back, they should feel good about participating in your research and not that they're making use of. Whenever he would come to the research area, he would sit along with the patients, find out what is happening, ask them how the food was, ask them whether he was being taken care of. When we wanted to look at whether a laser would help in a type of angle closure glaucoma, he refused. He said, no, above all, you should not even take a chance of doing any harm to these patients. And that sort of ethical, patient-centered, patient-committed research that he taught us to do, I think is very important. And I think it's important that we pledge ourselves to continue to do the same ethical, cutting-edge research as we go forward, and that would be the best legacy that we could have going forward. Thank you.
I now request Dr. R. Kannan, Deputy Director, Anesthesiology, to come over to the stage, please.
On behalf of the Department of Anesthesia and the entire units of the Operation Theatre, we are deeply saddened with the loss of our chief. Operation Theatre is one space which many of you would not have seen. It is only the clinical people who have come into the Operation Theatre. He's aware of it. And the chief loved the Operation Theatre so much because that is what the patient care was at his highest importance to him. Most of the people in the Operation Theatre will always say, Chief romba strict pa, romba strict. He was always strict. But the other aspect is everybody who says he is strict also says he is very kind, very soft, and very loving. These were totally opposite characters, but that's what a character you see in a father. Every one of you, be it a boy or a girl, their hero is their father. So everybody in the Operation Theatre, their hero was our chief. He was very strict. He was strict in punctuality, discipline, dedication, and that's why he devoted it and he called it as an alaya. That's why he built this temple. I think we should all carry forward his vision into the patient care, and that is the best tribute which we'll be giving to our chief. Om Shanti.
Request Dr. Smita Vittal, Director Academics, to say a few words, please.
Good evening. I'm going to keep this a little personal. As Dr. Prema said, all of us have our personal opinions and views about Chief. A few years ago, we had a Foundation Day celebration where I was supposed to give the keynote address, and Chief insisted that we should have a rehearsal. So in that PPT, those are the early days of PPT, I think I'd put one slide where there was a cartoon image of Chief. He's holding a briefcase and dreaming about Nethralaya, about building Nethralaya. And when we presented it to him, there was pin drop silence. We were half a dozen of us in the room, and we all looked at him, and there was a smile on his face. What a relief, Chief had a sense of humor. There was another time when a lot of colleagues of mine left the hospital for various reasons, and it moved me enough to pen down a few rhymes, and I called it Wake Up Call. And those days, Chief used to attend department meetings. So at the end of the department meeting, I asked for some time one-on-one with him, and I read that poem out to him. I don't know how I had the guts, but I read that poem out to him. And he said, I want that piece of paper. I said, I'm not going to be giving it to you. He said, why not? I said, because you'll do something bad with it. You're going to embarrass me. He said, no, I want to read it and reread it and internalize it. So I gave it to him. Next day, early morning, there's an email from him saying, Smita, with your permission, I'd like to use Wake Up Call as the New Year message for Nethralaya. And he put it up on intranet, not once, but 2 years in a row. I mean, what a man, right? Finally, there was this award that I had won on behalf of Community Ophthalmology, the ACOIN Award. And when I was there, the ceremony, somebody next to me was saying, who is this Smita Praveen? Someone said, Hogi Badrinath ki beti, Dr. Badrinath's daughter. So then someone, no, he doesn't have daughters, he has only sons. And I said, no, she must be Dr. Badrinath's niece. So whatever it was, I came back and I met him and I said, you know what, this is what happened. And we were laughing about it and he said, you made my day, Smita, because I'm going to be so honored to have you as my daughter. What more can you say? 2023 has been a difficult year for me because I lost my father a few months ago and now I've lost a father figure. Both men had some things in common. Both were Padma Bhushan awardees because they were both visionaries whose policy decisions and whose thought processes affected millions of citizens across the country. But at heart, both were simple, honest, and hardworking men. I think that's a lot of things that we can learn from such noble souls. I'd like to end with a few words by Robert Burns. An honest man here lies at rest, as ever God with his image blessed. The friend of man, the friend of youth, the friend of age and guide of youth. Few hearts like his, with virtue warmed, few heads with knowledge, so informed. If there's another world, he lives in bliss. If there is none, he made the best of this. Thank you.
I now request Dr. Gajendra Kumar Verma, Senior Consultant, Comprehensive Ophthalmology, MISU Consultant, to pay his tributes, please.
How does the moon thank the sun for letting it shine? So he is that sun for all of us. I still remember that day on 9th February 2015 when I met him for the first time. And I told sir, I want to pinch myself to believe that I'm sitting in front of you. And what an opportunity he gave me to work in Mobile Eye Surgical Unit. The contentment and joy he has given to me, I can't express in words. I can't tell you how he used to become so happy when he used to hear that we have crossed 100 number of surgeries in certain camps. It used to feel like we have added one more year of life. So, it was just miraculous, his presence. Even on wheelchair, I remember he traveled all the way to Krishnagiri, 8 hours from Chennai by road to celebrate the 50th camp with all of us. And whenever he used to be all around, he used to come for the valedictory functions, he used to cheer us, he used to reply all the mails. So, and it's an honor for me to be a part of his dream project, which is so close to his heart. And it will be an honor for me to pursue his dream in the coming future. Thank you.
Now request Dr. Anuradha, Principal ESO, to say a few words, please.
Chief Optometry. These two words are inseparable when it comes to modern optometry in India. India witnessed the origin of the modern concept of optometry as a 4-year professional degree program only because of Chief. It is because of his vision that Elite School of Optometry stands tall since 1985 as the epitome of excellence in optometry nationally and globally in all aspects. He ensured that there were stalwart teachers, best infrastructure for ESO always. His constant urge to provide the best eye care to this country ensured at least introduction of 14 optometry specialities at Sankara Nethralaya, with more than 160 optometrists providing care to thousands of patients every day. I still remember the day when I went to ask him permission to screen the maximum number of children in one day, and I told him we are going to set a Limca book of records for screening the maximum number of children. The first thing that he asked me was, are you going to do the same comprehensive screening, or because of numbers you are going to compromise on it? No, I said, no, the same protocol, everything will remain the same. Then he was so happy about setting the record, and then every time he used to tell this to everybody, saying we have the national record for screening the maximum number of children. His trust on people, insistence on quality, and rigorous follow-up on things that he wanted to be done ensured what optometry practices at SN today and in India today. He was the first person to have a thought, sow the seed for the regulation of optometry profession in the country by arranging for an oration lecture. He was also the reason for many firsts for optometry and vision science, be it the first department of visual psychophysics, the first international optometry conference. He will always ensure and say that we do it first. Optometry, you lost your father today, and you will forever have a void. He will fondly be remembered as the father of optometry in India. Your forever student, Om Satgati.
I call upon Dr. Krishna Kumar, Chief Scientist and Head of the Pathology Department, onto the stage, please.
Good evening, friends and colleagues. Today our heart pains as we bid farewell to our respected dear Chief, who was a source of inspiration to all of us. He has left a lot of gap or void in all of us. Chief was more than a chairman. He was a mentor, a guiding force whose wisdom and kindness shaped all of us. He was dedicated to all the facilities, not only optometry, ophthalmology, but also to the laboratory, diagnosis and research. His vision extended far beyond boardroom meetings. He was interested in development of molecular biology, genetics, ophthalmic pathology. He made Dr. J. Biswas go to US and learn eye pathology and come and start eye pathology lab in Sankara, Nethralaya. He supported Professor Madhavan to start molecular microbiology for ophthalmology. He deeply cared for each of us. I cherish the moments he pushed us to grow professionally. His encouragement led me to Dr. Rao's lab in the USA, an experience that changed my perspective forever. There was also the unexpected Sunday meeting on 2004, December 26th, that he said, KK, organize it with Mani Bhaskar and with Suresh Salpati. So 25th night, 10:30, get a call from Chief. 26th, you need to organize a meeting at 9 o'clock in the morning. So I come and organize the meeting with Mani Bhaskar and Suresh Salpati. And 11 o'clock, I was writing the minutes, and I came to know that there was a tsunami. Because every Sunday, my habit was to go to the beach and spend some time in the shore with my father-in-law. It is because of Chief, I don't know, the divine grace, that he was able to call me at 10:30 in the night on 25th night and said 26th morning there is a meeting, arrange it. I just cannot forget. Dr. Badrinath's legacy is etched, and not just in achievements, but in lives touched and future shaped. Chief was very much concerned with quality and for ISO meetings those days. He used to be there for the laboratory meetings, right, for the inaugural session and also for the concluding session. That is, I think that quality has percolated in all of us, all the staff members, all the technical staff. So even when we see Chief is not there, we feel that that we need to, I think the DNA has entered. We will follow whatever norms or high standard ethics Chief has kept. In honoring his memory, let us pledge to carry forward his torch of compassion, dedication and innovation. Sir, our hearts are with you in this sorrowful time. May his soul find eternal peace. Thank you.
Request Mrs. Rajamani, DGM Patient Services, to say a few words, please.
Good evening. On behalf of our entire team, I express my deepest condolence to the entire family of our beloved Chief. Through his guidance and support, we have become the best version of ourselves. I was fortunate to interact with Chief on many occasions, especially during the revamping of our emergency services, the introduction of fast-track surgeries, etc. I cannot forget an incident which took place when I was very new to this organization. One day, I was asked to take care of Chief's OPD when his secretary was on leave. I was so scared, but left with no choice. He asked me to apply eye drops to one of his patients, and I did so. And the OPD was over, and Chief called me, and he told me that you have managed the OPD very well, but you are not supposed to apply drops on the cornea. I was not sure what to answer. I said, sir, no one has taught me how to apply the eye drops. Same day evening, there was a consultant meeting, and he made it as a point, and he arranged for a training session to all of us. One Dr. M.S. Sridhar, he was given the responsibility, and he took several sessions for us, which was very beneficial. At the end of the program, there was an evaluation, and the toppers were awarded. So this is a very small example for his passion to impart knowledge to all of us. May his soul rest in everlasting peace. Thank you.
On behalf of SWAN, I request Mrs. Sujata Vishwanath to come onto the stage, please.
We are all deeply saddened by the passing away of our chief, Dr. S.S. Badrinath, this morning. Shankar Nethralaya, founded by Dr. S.S. Badrinath, epitomizes the success story of an organization where women play a key and pivotal role in every aspect of the organization. Dr. S.S. Badrinath was instrumental in starting the SWAN, Shankara Nethralaya Women's Auxiliary, in 1980, that brought in women volunteers to support the running of the hospital. He kept the volunteers in high esteem and duly respected us for the time and service we were giving the institution. I still remember the days when Dr. Badrinath used to attend our SWAN meetings and patiently listen to our complaints and take appropriate action to set it right. Dr. Badrinath belongs to a different generation of medical men, difficult to see in today's times. He believed hard work is key to success and nothing in life comes easy. May his soul rest in peace.
Call upon Mr. Shivakumar, our PRO, to say a few words.
Pranams to all of you. We are all here to pay our respects and heartfelt condolences to our beloved Chief, Padma Bhushan, Dr. S.S. Badrinath. On behalf of entire team of Shankar Nethralaya family, I express my deepest condolences to Chief's family. Chief was our heart and soul. He was our friend, guru, in many ways. All of us have very fond memories of our chief personally and officially. We should celebrate him and his life. He lived his entire life with a vision. He did not just build an institution, he created a temple of high, a place for those in darkness. His legacy will continue to illuminate the path of many lives he touched. Om Shanti.
We now have a short video sent by Dr. Sujata Guha, Medical Director, Shankar Nethralaya, Kolkata. Request Mohan to play that, please.
My heart is heavy as I record this video, and today seems that an umbrella has moved from my head. Ever since I joined Shankar And today, as I record this, it is he who pushed he who pushed me into going to Calcutta, into taking up this position in Calcutta, and he has always shown immense faith in me through different ups and downs. So even though he was not with us physically over the last few years, but the comfort was always there that he's somewhere around, and that comfort moved away today. Wherever you are, Chief, I'm sure you are looking upon us, and you will be taking care of this hospital and all of us in your next happy space. May your soul rest in peace.
I'm sure each of us present here will have lots to pour out and lots to share. Let us vow to sincerely abide by our beloved Guru's vision and spirit, by serving with sincerity, utmost love and dedication, to uphold his legacy and his constant commitment to excellence in eye care. Om Shanti, Om Sadgati. Request you all to please come forward to pay your floral tributes. Thank you.